Hello and welcome to the first day of the rest of your life. This is where you tune in to this new frequency and you get to use this the way that it was designed. Now, since the very birth here, we have been taught how to operate in this system of separation, this system that was created to cut you off and limit you from your truth, this system that through many different programs was designed to siphon, to harvest your divine light in order to create this physical realm of matter, right? This darkness. We have been logged into this system of separation, and being in this frequency of separation is very it's just dark, it's difficult, and without the knowledge of who we are and how to operate, people are suffering, right? There's so many beautiful beings right now incarnate who are suffering when they really don't need to be, because now we have the solution, and it's all about activating our avatar to be able to receive these new instruction sets so we can run a different way, and we can run in this through this program of source, this open source program. Now, this is a powerful, powerful self-healing program where you get to take your time, energy, and money back and serve yourself, to serve humanity. It all starts here. It all starts by us looking after our frequency, right? Releasing the low frequencies that aren't us to become what we are, to become whole. Now, this isn't a 0 to 100 program where you will automatically just ascend and be one. And like, we need to move with the truth and move with creation. And this is an organic journey of growth, just like where you look out in the plants and all that sort of stuff, a flower blooming. This is what we are here to do. By releasing those low frequencies that are not us, we are going to bloom to the truth of what we are. And connection to this ascension portal is vital for you to be able to do this. This is a healing membership where every month when you invest in yourself, I invest right back at you. And because you are investing in this program, you are investing in source, you are investing in this collective awakening, you are going to be blessed more than you can ever imagine. But in this online course, you are going to be able to get the steps and understand what is needed for you to be able to flow with creation rather than against it, logged into that separation program, right? This is us releasing separation to be one. Okay, a gradual unfolding and a preparation for us to be able to walk this ascended master's path, right? This is all about harmonics, us working as one in harmony for a greater goal, right? So we are here to shape and shift reality by doing the inner work. Now, it is so simple. But the number one is because you have aligned your energy with myself, you are one with me. And we together are going to input, right, the messages that we receive. And I'll teach you how to do that, to be able to ascend and heal for not just ourselves, but heal for each other. And as we heal as one, as we, the coders, we program and keep adding and inputting to this source program, the force that we can access becomes greater. And the more that join us in on this journey, the more coders we give this new set of instruction sets to. This is the beginning, guys, and this is what we have been waiting for. We were born into this realm and we struggled all of our lives, but now you have manifested this. This has been shown to you for a reason. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is, like I said, the beginning. This is the first day of the rest of your life. And I'm so blessed to be here with you. Okay, so first thing that you need to know is self-healing is key. And there is no old world way, modality, or technique that will allow you to do what we're doing here. Okay, because everything prior to this has been fixed in that old world system of separation. And everything out on the old world system is, it's just one way. But to move into this 5D frequency and beyond, this new earth requires you to operate from one. Okay, so not one way, okay, because one way and those old world techniques and modalities and whatnot, they are just one way, one avenue, and they have many belief systems structured, programmed around them to keep beings limited. So everyone has been doing their very best since they have incarnated. Okay, so I'm not taking away from anyone, okay, because everyone is amazing, everyone is divine, and everyone has made it to this point where now all of our hard work, our suffering, and our struggling is going to be lifted, right? And we now use this for our evolution, right? For our ascension, for our self-mastery and development, right? These things, these deceptions have been in place for a reason, right? And at the end of the day, source is light and dark. It's all about this creation. But what we get to do now is to unify and work from this realm of consciousness, this realm of mind, using all that we are, right? The input that we receive to be able to move on to this new system. Everything and all the experience that we have gained in this incarnation is a golden key, right? So we use that to heal, okay? So healing the new way is going to set you free, and you require this access to this ascension portal to be able to do that, because this is a frequency. This is you being tuned in, right, to be able to do this. When beings are connected with myself and they are in that energetic loop of giving and receiving, we are both benefiting one another. This is a very golden divine key, okay? So self-healing is key. Everything that you are is going to allow you to use your unique keys, because it's all of us together, all of our different perspectives, our angles, logged into this open source program to be coders in this. So you are an absolute blessing, and together we are going to self-heal and transform the world around us. My way is the highway to one. Now that just came through just as I was about to make this video. So I was told just to mention that, because this is the open source program. So this has taken over 3.5 years to develop, by myself receiving the source code, the input from source, to be able to build this program. And there's a very specific path that I have taken, and it's all very necessary. It was very necessary for me to release myself from separation and see through the deception. At every level of this 12 tree grid, there has been a new deception. And so this is the path to be able to release deception so you can tune in to the truth of what you are. This open source program connects directly with that core of creation, okay, that 0 point frequency. And I have released all those low frequencies that are not myself. I've walked this ascended master's path, and that is how and why I can share that with you, okay? So this is preparation for all beings, and this is the program for us to step into our creator status and access our force by containing our light. And that we do that by wiping those programs that connect us to that separation program, because within that realm, that separation program, that old world matrix program, that antichrist program, there are so many programs that are programmed into that old system, where you energetically consent without even knowing to giving your light away. Now, one of those main things is where we worship something outside ourselves, where we're waiting for something outside ourselves to come and save us, right? Now, that's never going to happen, because to be able to move into this new frequency earth requires new code, new instruction sets. It requires this program. So you are not energetically consenting to things that go against your truth. And okay, so this works because we are tuning into the absolute, that source, that 0 point, that crystal core of creation. I am in that frequency, and beings that energetically connect and align to me through this portal, this wormhole that I have created, get to access that frequency that myself and the founders have worked so hard to access, okay? So we now have this. This is a force that we get to access here on this earth to transform, to tune in, to go within, release those frequencies that are not us, to ascend. This is amazing. This is miraculous. This is not of this world, because this old world is a dark system that was created to corrupt, that was created to oppress, that was created to enslave you. So this is the program to enable you to become a cosmic free citizen, God, sovereign, free, where you get to tune into your truth and get to walk that path, your very unique path, into this new earth, okay? This is connecting you, connecting you to your absolute self, teaching you this new instruction set on how to operate so you can be whole, okay? So what was it before? My way is the highway to one, because we are all one. Okay. So this is all based on that cosmic law of one, this Christ or Christ consciousness, right? Because everything is energy. We are energy, we are frequency, we are vibration. And this is tuning into the truth of that and operating from that. There are so many beings right now in that matrix system of separation who are in the physical, trying to make changes in the physical. They are looking out there and they are feeling helpless and hopeless to shift anything, right? Because they're going about it the opposite way that they're actually meant to. So here we are going by those cosmic laws, those natural laws, those universal laws, to operate the way that this avatar was built. Your record is the most powerful part of this journey, because yes, we can just connect and heal and release things in the moment, right? Which is incredibly powerful. But what we want to do is we want to heal for those things on autopilot. So when we receive an input, right? And we will go into inputs. When we receive an input, we want to enter it to our record. So this record works a few different ways, and it is so valuable. Okay, so number one, we record our input. right? So these are the inputs that we receive from source, from our absolute self, from our inner and outer worlds, that illuminates where we're not free. So we input those so we can release the separation and the darkness that is contributing to that input. And when we do this, like, you will find that we will receive different inputs instead of the same one over and over and over again, because right now the beings do not have access to this. So they are they keep attracting the same lessons, the same circumstances, the same cycles over and over and over again, because they have no way to release those frequencies, right? So just thinking of that, guys, like, what things do you attract into your reality? What are the messages coming to you? What are those lessons, those cycles that seem to be repeating, those behaviors? They're all inputs, symptoms that we suffer in our inner world, right? Physical symptoms, mental symptoms, emotional symptoms, spiritual symptoms, all symptoms, right? Inner and outer world. We're going to experience these through this vessel, through this avatar, but also people are going to be acting as messengers to us. So they will be bringing us particular symptoms, particular behaviors, particular things that they're suffering. They are all input because they are messengers. They are messengers, right? Bringing us valuable inputs. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So we record all of these things, and okay, so these are valuable, these are stepping stones for our self-mastery, okay, on this ascension path. These inputs from the inner world and the outer world, those symptoms from the inner world, those symptoms from the outer world, they are both for our growth, okay? So we want to record them, okay? And we want to be short, sweet, descript, kind of like we're note keeping, like we're a secretary and we have to just use the power words. We want to record just like that, okay? And we want to be very specific, because the more specific we are, the more deeper to the root we will get. So this is something that we are each going to learn, and our absolute self is going to be, everyone else is going to have a very different record and a very different recording style, but we are all coders and programmers in this. So we just use what we get, and we don't want to compare ourselves to others. So you just go with the guidance, and you just go with the flow, and you just record, you know, that input that you get, okay? Sometimes you will record 1,000 things in one day, right? And other days you won't, okay? Because there is a process to this, because this is all about purging, making space, so then we can receive the new. So there is just like the planet Earth has seasons and ways that we release and cycles that we move through, okay? We are no different, okay? So don't feel that you have to be constantly inputting and pushing it, because, you know, we just go with your guidance, okay? There is no pressure. And your absolute self is the teacher in this. Source is teaching you. And but this is why we have the members portal, so I can support you guys, right? We have that Patreon, we have this Ascension portal where you can ask questions, okay? And that helps me learn too, because I need to know how to serve not just myself and heal myself, but I need to help you guys to be able to do the same thing, because it's all about being on the same page, right? And sharing this information freely, right? So it's all this growth and expansion. This is what this Ascension portal is. Joining as one and collectively learning and growing from one another, okay? So going back to the record is where you record those inputs that you receive from Source and your absolute self, who communicates to you through your inner and your outer world, okay? Sometimes we won't not realize it's an input, and we'll receive it, the same thing over and over again, and then that one moment it's like, oh, that's an input, that's a message for me, and then you will input it, and you'll be just surprised at the synchronicities and the amazing lessons that you will get, because you are a cosmic student. You are a student here, in this cosmic open source program. So it's really amazing. Now the other thing is that this is a record, so you'll be able to have that actual record of this ascension, of your ascension. So not only is it a healing program that you are creating and coding, right? You are actually able to look back and see what has come up on your path, on your very unique path, because my record is different to yours, and yours is different to everyone else's. We all have these very unique lessons and paths to the one. Okay, guys, we will talk about more about the inputs at another time, because there are so many different kinds of input. But anyway, it will be illuminated to you. And remember, you are heart and you are mind. So the way that you will receive these are through your thoughts and your feelings. Okay. Okay, how to get answers from your avatar. Now, if you're like me, you ask a lot of questions and you just want to know the answers to absolutely everything. Now, if I wasn't like this, we wouldn't be sitting here today. Okay, so questioning things is very, very important. And I've just got, yeah, but you can go overboard like I do. But look, this is all, we are exercising this connection to our absolute self. And we can do this by asking these questions and using our body as a device to receive the answers that we need. Okay. So you may be familiar with divination, muscle testing, the sway test, a pendulum, a ring on a necklace, okay, getting answers. Now, there are a lot of flaws in doing this, and there's a lot of people that can't actually muscle test. That is the reason for that is because of this separation. And for whatever reason it is, like, your absolute self is blocked from giving you that 100% clarity, that line. There's a lot of interference. Okay, and when we are using things like the muscle testing, right, when we're using things like a pendulum, those things are much easily interfered with, right? So the sway test and this new way is what I would highly recommend. Well, what is being, I'm being told that I need to tell you guys this, right? Because you can use a pendulum, you can use these different types of muscle testing, right? But see how we've got, like, we are still operating in this, it's still like one side of the body. So we've got these, we're or it's like this side of the body only. So what we need to do is tune into unity, right? Because and the way that I'm being guided to share with you guys is this new way, and this is the only way. So on my journey, at times my muscle testing has gone down because my absolute self has had a lesson for me, and there is nothing that I can do, because this is mine of choice that I would usually choose, right? Would not work, right? Pendulums, nothing would work, because my absolute self is saying, no, this is a lesson, Nadine, you need to go within and you need to learn this new way, right? Because this is the only, when my absolute self, when source cut me off from this muscle testing and I wasn't able to do this, I was lost and I was ropeable, right? Because I had relied on this for so long. Because if you're like me, and this is one of the lessons, like, we find it very hard to trust that guidance, don't we? And sometimes we're getting guidance, but we second guess ourselves, right? We second guess that information coming through. Now, so my absolute self source cut me off from all muscle testing, and I had to rely on my intuition. And that was the beginning of this lesson into this new way of connecting to the absolute self through unity, right? Through one, right? So this is the most powerful way, and the way that source, your absolute self, wants you to operate, to be able to exercise and strengthen that energetic connection between you and you. You and you and your absolute self. So the absolute self is the part of you that dwells in this all one frequency. We don't use higher self because it's very broad range. There's a lot of matrix programs that have connected to that higher self word. So we want to use absolute self. That's who we're connecting to, our absolute self, the part of us that dwells in that all one, that part of us where we are one, right? So and this is all about intention and using our mind the most powerful way, right? This is all about strengthening that connection, right, to that realm. Okay, because that is where we are most powerful. Like, this is the direct line to that God source, to your absolute self, right? Without the distortions of the matrix, right? Without those interferences, right? Without those programs running against us. So what you're going to learn in this online course, and by being a member of this Ascension portal, month by month, we're gaining deeper clarity to truth. So how we can best, access our force to be able to shape and shift this reality ourselves. Okay. So this is what your source wants you to do, basically. Okay. So forget the muscle testing, and I know it's hard because I still do this, okay, but this is the new way that's being taught. We are these creatures of habit. I'm so guilty, right? But right now, what is coming through is, okay, this is what we need to do, right? So we need to get the program running. We need to tune into this frequency. If you are investing in this Ascension portal, when you do this, those energetic lines up, this is going to work for you, right? So beings that join this Ascension portal and then leave this Ascension portal, they lose all these powers, okay? Because it's the way that this is written, okay? So you're watching this because you are in the Ascension portal, and you are one of these beings here to shape and shift this reality. So this is what you need to do if you want to connect directly to your absolute self and source, okay? 1, bang, start the program, right? Unify, positive and negative, bang. Input, output, bang. 1, align, okay? Now, what we want to do, if we have questions, we ask questions, and we want to get the yes and no answer, right? Like that binary computer, yes or no, right? So what you want to do is say, what is yes? Now, for yes, you should get a feeling in the front of your head, or like something's pushing your head forward, okay? And it's okay if you're not getting this straight away, because this is an exercise, okay? And by us doing the inner work and healing, right? This is how we do this. Now, if you are having trouble doing this, input it onto your record, because you will have energetic blockages that your absolute self needs you to be aware about. Okay, so this is about tuning our avatar in. You've got this avatar activation. You are a member in this Ascension portal. You are in this newer frequency. Now we have to get you aligning, get you integrating, right? This is all a part of this migration process. And these are the exercises that we are getting to be able to do this, okay? Now, so we're unified. All right, what is yes? Now, you should feel your head go forward. You should feel a pressure in the front of your head. That's the kind of sensations that you should be getting, okay? If you're not, input it, okay? Because it's a lesson. Okay. Now, what is no? Now, you should feel a feeling in the back of your head, or something, or like something's pushing your head back, Okay, now these are things that we can do any place, anytime, anywhere, and not look crazy, right? Because in the past, I've used certain divination methods, you know, at health food shops and stuff like that, and I've been like trying to do that discreetly, or I've been trying to do the sway test. But look, if you can just like do this and sense into that feeling, right? Eventually you won't need to do this. You'll just feel the feeling in your head, right? What is yes, what is no, right? Yes is like, you know, this pull forward, right? And what is no is like repelling you like backwards, right? So yes and no. So this is an exercise that we all need to practice, myself included, because I don't, like, I still rely on old methods. But what I'm getting is we need to use the new way, right? Because we need to be able to get that guidance anytime, any place, anywhere, just a simple yes, no. Okay, now I want to share with you something about myself, right? And I mentioned it a bit in the beginning. You know, I question everything, and I ask this and I ask that, and I just want to know everything. And my absolute self sometimes is like, oh, hold your horses, Nadine, hold your horses. You know, no, I'm not giving you an answer to this. So I want you to be very ultra aware that every time you ask a question, right, if you get a no, sometimes it might not mean no forever, right? It just means no, I'm not answering you right now, because you don't need to know that this moment in time. Because we, us humans, in this physical realm, we can get very ahead of ourselves and want to know everything. And we, in wanting to know everything, right, we are not in alignment, because we are trying to skip ahead. And we are not meant to skip ahead, right? We are meant to be in the moment, right? And use the guidance that we're getting in that moment. Of course, ask things, but just be very aware that sometimes you may get a no answer, but that no answer that you may be getting, it will just be because no, we're not learning that right now. Okay, Nadine, right? We're not, no, you know, so just be very aware of that. So this is the way that we need to, the new way that we need to operate to get answers, to get that guidance, right? This is that exercise, right? That consciousness, conscious, exercising consciousness. I don't know, I'm just getting the word consciousness, right? Because we are here in the physical realm, right? But we need to know how to tune in to our consciousness and our absolute selves, that truth that we are, right? We want to connect, we want to create that strong connection. And sometimes we just need that guidance and that little confirmation, like whether it be a yes or a no. You know, am I on the right path? Yes. Am I getting all the input that I'm meant to be getting? Yes. Is there anything that I'm missing right now? No. So this is an exercise in that trust, because we are tuning in to the absolute, this realm of truth, right? And truth and trust go hand in hand. Self-trust. Okay. So whenever you get a chance, this starts the program. This connects you to the Ascension portal. As long as you are paying and investing in that, this program will work. Okay. So you want to bang, unify, and just exercise. What is yes? What is no? Am I female? Yes. Am I male and female in the realm of consciousness? Yes. Is my masculine, feminine balanced? Well, mine is, but but sometimes, yeah, just be very wary, because sometimes your absolute self won't want to answer all your questions at once, because we have this lesson plan. When you activated your avatar and walked through this Ascension portal and began this cosmic journey with us as one, there is a very particular lesson plan. So yes, practice this yes and no, right? practice it, right? Because it's like this pendulum, right? This yes and no. We can do that anytime, any place, anywhere, and we can get that guidance for our healing, right? In that moment in time, okay? And your absolute self is going to throw you some curveballs, mind you, okay? You are gonna get some curveballs because you need to learn this new way, and you need to exercise it, and you need to trust it, right? And you need to use that discernment. So so this exercise is for you personally to be able to create that connection to your absolute self, and trust, right? Because there's a lot of separation between yourself right now in this moment in time and your absolute self. So doing the inner work and recording your input ensures that strong connection, right? But this is a tool for your tool belt, right? And this is the newest, most powerful way. Okay, I think that's all, my loves. The hand pose. Okay, this is a very powerful feature. The most powerful feature, actually. Now, what this does is this connects you as one, right? As long as you are investing in this, in yourself, right, you have the connections and the programming to be able to use this the way that source intended, right? So this is just your basic, prayer position, very, very, very simple, right? But it's very powerful because being a part of this Ascension portal, right, means that you are energetically in connection with myself and the collective. So this is a program that you are able to run off. Beings out there in the matrix, when they do this has no real right? This is a hand pose, and it is a programmed feature of this all one frequency and of this Ascension portal. Because you are in alignment, you are energetically connected to myself. That's what you're paying for, to be a part of this collective, being connected, right? So when you do this, because you are in connection with us, you are operating the same way as us. So when you do this starts the program running, right? Because being in connection with myself means that you are able to heal exactly the way that I can and release the exact frequencies that I can, right? And this is what unifies you and your system, this avatar. It starts the program, okay? So easy, so easy. I know there's a lot of old world healing techniques, and there's a lot of different things that you need to do to activate and get those programs or attunements running. This is simple, right? Simple. So you can do this anytime, any place, anywhere. Very powerful to do in meditation, and this will start the program running. And your mind and your heart is what keeps that program running. So you don't have to continuously, so if you want to do this to start the program running, you can just, with your mind, using both of these, this coherence, because we have got that energetic loop, right? This program, like the positive and the negative together as one, that program is running, that energetic loop, right? And what you can do, you don't have to have your eyes closed, but it's just nice to tune into these things sometimes. And you could have it on your lap, like if you're sitting at the park watching the kids or something, you can get this and just, Another thing that you can also do once you have that program running, like you've started the program, you're in connection with one, right? You can actually like break that, but then put the hands down, right? So those hand chakras are still activated, right? So if that's more comfortable for you to do. And with your mind, you can just think of things that you want to release, things that you want to purge for, symptoms, things that you want to manifest. You can release all those separation frequencies in relation to any inputs or any things that are flowing through your mind. Okay. Now, the record is incredibly important, but we can't be recording always. And we are wave. We want to just go with the flow sometimes and take that moment, because when you are doing this, when you are activating those hand chakras, right, when you are starting the program, right, and you are tuning into that now moment and releasing things that are coming to you in that now moment, that is incredibly important data, incredibly important input, okay? And the fact that you are going within like this one frequency, this ascension portal that you are connected to, the all one frequency, requires that now moment. And this is another very important part of what this and symbol, right? This hand pose is a symbol, right? It's this now moment. You are aligning the light and the dark, the positive and the negative, the male, the female, everything that you are, the polarity, right? That duality is turning into that unity. You are tuning in to that now moment, right? You are energetically connected to us, right? And that's why this works. Okay, so when you're tuning into that now moment, just letting things flow, and as things come into your mind, they will be automatically purged and cleared on and healed. Okay, so this is a very important feature, and you can do this any place, anytime, anywhere, as long as you are a part of this membership. Okay, it's this very special access that you get you get to use. Okay, so using this now moment is incredibly important. Yes, the record has its place, it's a very important feature, but so is this. Okay, so you can use this anytime, any place, anywhere. At bedtime, in the morning, before you get up, start the program running. If anything surfaces, or you've had any particular dreams or something like that, just let it come into your awareness, and then that will be cleared and purged and released on. Okay, so this is incredibly powerful. When you just have that time to invest in yourself, take that time, take that now moment, claim it, and use that moment to heal and release all those things that need to be cleared on, all those inputs that you've received, positive, negative thoughts, feelings, emotions, beliefs, just whatever. There are no limits to this, because your absolute self is going to be the one, that guiding force, right? So don't overthink things. Don't get, oh, did I say that right? Did I set that intention right? No, it comes into your awareness because your program is running, right? It automatically gets purged on. Okay, and there'll be some key things that come through to you in those very important moments, and that's why using that record because some things, profound things, will come through, and some profound lessons, and that's where you're just like, okay, well, I'll record that after. Okay, don't stop everything, because we want to use those moments where we just are tuning in to that consciousness, to our Christ avatar, to our absolute self, and getting the healing that we need right there in that moment for that point in time, right? And if it's an important input, you'll remember it later and you'll record it. You might not remember it straight after. You might think down the track. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, this is the thing where you need to not be hard on yourself, and you need to stop second guessing yourself, and you need to just start the program, clear what needs to be cleared, you know, just let it come into your awareness, and then knowing the fact that you have thought that, and you are setting the intention to heal, that all the low frequencies that needed to be released right there in that moment in time was being purged for. Okay. So activating this meditation before bed, when you wake in the morning, when you have that moment just to stop and connect and do that healing. Like, this is so powerful. This is more powerful than anything you can ever imagine, okay? We have been programmed to, we've been programmed through this dark program, right? But everything just is, you know, but this is about unplugging from that external and going in. And this starts the program. And no matter what, anything that comes into your awareness, anything that you think of, right? Any input that just comes in, flows in, is being healed on, okay? You need to trust it, trust the process, trust your absolute self, okay? Go with the flow, because you are wave, you are frequency, you are energy, you are vibration. And by doing this, this is the inner work. This is tuning in. This is going to create that strong, strong connection with your absolute self, with source. This is your energetic maintenance to stay in that alignment. Okay, beautiful beings. That's all for this lesson. The light scale. Now, this is an incredibly, incredibly powerful, amazing resource that you get to tap into, because you are in this ascension portal, because you are working as one. So what the light scale is it's the ability to scan a symptom, a word, an issue, whatever you want, to be able to see how much darkness or separation is contributing to something. Okay, so I might, when I receive input, right? So I might see someone in my reality who I keep seeing this symptom, right? These people are suffering this symptom, you know, judgment of others on their spiritual journey. That may be the input that I've received. So what I will do is I'll put it on my record, the way that it's come through, keeping it as short and sweet as possible. But what I'll actually do is I'll just ask what the light scale is for that particular issue, okay, or that particular input, okay. And usually the light scale will be incredibly low, okay, because that is showing that there is so much darkness contributing to that. So 1 is extremely dark, a lot of imbalance, a lot of separation, you know, a lot of low frequency, okay. And 100 means it's clear, it's beautiful, it's luminous and bright, right? It's cleared, right? There's no work, no clearing, no purging that needs to be done right now for that. So if you're getting an input, generally it's going to be very, very, very low. And the light scale is also a way for your absolute self to shine a light on what's important, what is not, okay? So it's another one of those tools, just like the record, just like that that exercise that we have for that connection to our absolute self. But it's another way that our absolute self, that source, illuminates certain things to us. And it's always great just to have a little indicator of you know, of this, if you know what I mean. So I might sometimes think, oh, you know, like what's going on? Because we are continuously adding to this program. All of us in this Ascension portal are coders here and creating this source program. And so as people add new code, new input to our program, we will get a deeper insight into this. So it's continuously, as long as we're adding code to this program by inputting, myself and you, the program is growing stronger, and we are able to see deeper into this deception and the low frequencies that may be bringing us out of alignment, because this is a collective thing. Like, I've got to this 0 point, this crystal core of creation, by receiving the input from my absolute self and source, because I had to build this program, okay, the base program, to be able to share this with you guys, so we together can be coders in this. So this is about bringing everyone up collectively higher and higher and higher in this ascension. Okay, so that's why we always need to be receiving our input and recording it, because our record is the program. It's this program is constantly being built, because we need to not only serve ourselves but serve humanity, nurture those beings who haven't come here for this. We need to, yeah, it's a very interesting journey that we have chosen for ourselves. That's definitely, yeah. So the light scale is just that ability that we in this ascension portal have. So beings that aren't in this ascension portal cannot get a light scale reading, because they don't have the program to scan against that issue or that symptom, you know, or that suffering or that behavior or that whatever. Like, you can get the light scale on any of your input on your record. You can get the light scale on anything. Just make sure you're cleared, you know, make sure you're connected. There's no energetic blockages. It's because you want to get the most accurate number. So this journey is all about healing, self-healing, and not, like, there's a lot of people who just want quick fixes and they won't put the work in, right? But this journey, you're really required to do the inner work, but it's really easy, right? So, but if you're ever curious, you know, you're getting some input or you're seeing a pattern in your reality, and you know that it's an input and you're putting down that input, just ask what the light scale is, because you have the program. You are a part of this program, and you can scan against all the code, even though you may not have access to the code. Well, you don't have access to the code yet, because I haven't released that, because that's not what's important, source is saying. The important part is teaching you guys what the input is and how to record that to be a coder and a programmer in this program. So the light scale is just another one of those tools that we have on our tool belt, being a part of this program. And it's amazing. It just helps us. That's it. It just gives us that, it just shines a light, it just illuminates, you know, the work that we need to do, and the imbalance contributing to a certain issue, symptom, all right, or input that's coming through. Okay, hope that helps. Okay, connect to source, your absolute self. So we've covered quite a few things in here, some very powerful capabilities that we have, right, to be able to do this. Okay, so we have the hand pose that starts the program running, takes you from duality to unity. Okay, we have that exercise, right, that we received, getting that internal guidance from our body, exercising that. And we have the light scale. So we want to use all these three things when guided. So you guys are going to be getting lessons. Your absolute self source is going to be, now you're aware of these and you have learned the new way, you are going to receive lessons in these, okay? So it's very important to be using all these 3 things alongside your record, because it's all about the input, okay? What goes in, the information, okay? That's what it's all about. So whatever we input, we are clearing on, right? Because it has come in to our awareness, okay? So this is about us using our body, our biology, our avatar, the way that God's source created it, right? We are these receivers. We are these transformers here, anchored on the ground, okay? Here to receive that divine light, to be able to shift and transform this world, okay? Because we are a part of that earth, that mother earth. We are an organism on this earth, and we are source incarnate, okay? In. It's all about the in. And we are here to infuse the earth's grid, okay, with this divine light. So it's just amazing. So we need to pay attention to the input that we are getting, okay? And when you do that, that is when you are going to have that powerful connection with your absolute self, with source, because we are clearing away all the darkness that is not us. So we need to focus on the inner world, right? To transform, to anchor, right? To manifest, to alchemize. Okay. And that's it. We need to output. We need to get out all those things that are not us, because we have been operating the wrong way for so long. We have been focusing on the external world, operating in the physical realm of matter to try and change things. But that is not how alchemy, that is not how manifestation works, okay? This is about the inner world. This is about tapping into that source of all of our powers, right? To be able to do something new. And that's why we need this new program. So every month, month by month, day by day, year by year, being a member of this Ascension portal is incredibly important, because as we do what we've come here to do, and we heal and we raise frequency collectively, all in this oneness, right? Through this Christ frequency, we are going to access more and more magic, right? Because that's what we are. We are freaking magical, divine, infinite beings. And this is all about the inner world, right? And not letting that external world, right? That outer reality contribute to any more. I'm just getting dissonance. That's it. It's a complete flip, right? This is a complete opposite way to operate. Focusing in the inner world, because we are 99.99999% energy. We are consciousness. We are this force of creation. So it's about going in, focusing in on that, paying attention to the input, and using that outer reality simply as a messenger, as a gauge of what we need to heal on, right? And not letting that trigger us, because we know that our triggers are key, and our triggers are for our growth. There is a lot of darkness, deception. There's a lot of dark force energies that attach to beings when they are in low frequency. So we naturally, by healing, by doing the inner work, we don't have those attachments, right? And if we do, they are coming into our awareness for us to learn, to grow, to evolve, right? We need to drop the fear, because we are love, we are consciousness, we are one. And anything that makes us feel not that means it's something we need to heal on. It means that it's somewhere where we are not free, and this is coming through from the source for our evolution. So we don't fear, we don't worry, we don't doubt, right? We don't get fixed in low frequency experiences, external experiences. we think, okay, how can I learn from this? What is my absolute self and source telling me? How can I input this to evolve? Okay, so it's all about it's all about the input, the information, the inner world. It's all about us taking our power back, putting those energetic boundaries up, and just using our avatar, just like in a video game. Pay attention to the clues in the external world to level up. All right, beautiful beings. Can't wait to, this is amazing. And I can't wait till all of you guys and the people coming through watch this and see how our experience in our monthly stream just like, this is all about the codes and the knowledge, right? You guys having the knowledge and the understanding and access to the truth, right? And when beings are, when these seeds are planted, right? And you guys have these knowledge, these wisdom codes, right? These source codes of information, like, this is how we are going to collectively ascend month by month, having the information, growing. It's just amazing. Like, so this is what source connection is all about. You will not find this anywhere else on the planet. This is the new way. This is the way to access your divinity, protect that energy so you can ascend. Okay, this is all about consciousness. No one's going to fly off anywhere, right? This is a consciousness journey, a journey back to the truth of who you are. Higher dimensions, just magical information, accessing higher frequency bands, because we are able to shed those low frequencies that are not us. You are truth. You are amazing. You are beautiful. Your path is your path. Okay, your truth is your truth. But together, using our individual inputs, right, on our path, on our way home, is what is going to like, this is creation. This is alchemy. This is magic. This is us getting access to those tools that we so desperately need on this planet right now, to be able to stand up, stand in our light, and do what we came here to do and serve. All right, beautiful beings. Love you. Code words. Okay, part of my creation of this open source program required me creating shortcuts so I could heal as deeply as possible, because I couldn't sit there reciting like healing prayers and intentions and, you know, all that sort of stuff. So what I had to do was I had to create these code words. So I had to program certain words with certain intentions. So when that word is said or written, it actually starts this program running. And so we have 3 ones that I use quite a lot. Okay, and this is if you're feeling a bit blocked, or and this is the thing, we're still learning. So we have open, purge, and bless, and those 3 work really beautifully together, because open like opens up and clears all the blockages, right? Well, open opens and it illuminates, it finds all those blockages. Okay, and then purge is a purging of those, right? And then once we do that, we need to infuse with light. So that's what blessing and this bless is all about. So open, purge, and bless, these 3 words that work together as one, and they hold very particular commands. Okay, so these are like command words, okay, because they are programmed with specific intentions. So shortcut words. Okay, so open, purge, and bless. So they are 3 of the most powerful code words that we need to use. So these code words you can use, yeah, if you're feeling that, you know, you're not, you know, you've put something down on your record, the light scale's pretty high, you know, but you're like, there's still blocks there. I still feel there's some blocks. So what you can do is, in capital letters, we like to use all capital letters, you know, open, purge, bless. in front of that issue, that symptom, whatever it is, okay? So you want to use that. And then check the light scale, because what you will find is that the light scale has dropped right down, because all of a sudden there's a whole new set of commands in front of that issue, which we can get a much deeper insight, right? So what I'll do is, I'll put the code words down below. So you have that information there. And again, your absolute self is going to give you certain lessons and, exercises in this, because this is what it's all about. Your absolute self, this program has been written now, right? And your absolute self is going to want to teach you and give you certain little lessons, tests, so you can heal as deeply as possible and getting that strongest connection with your absolute self, with source, okay? So use those programs. Don't be scared of them. Use them. They're amazing. Open, purge, bless. Again, open finds all those blockages. Purge just releases them, and bless, you are infusing and bringing that light in and just really lighting up, okay? I'm just seeing if there's, okay, so they're the only three that needs to be mentioned right now, apparently. There are a lot of other code words that I have to use in the creation of this program and building this program and whatnot, but they're not important right now to you guys, because Source has a very set lesson plan for us right now in this moment in time, and just giving us exactly what we need so we can collectively ascend and just be in the most powerful position right now. Okay, beautiful guys. Bye.